A Ballad of Dreamland by Algernon Swinburne. I hid my heart in a nest of roses out of the sun's way, hidden apart. In a softer bed than the soft white snow is, under the roses I hid my heart. I would it sleep not, why should it start, when never a leaf of a rose tree stirred? What made sleep flutter his wings and part? Only the song of a secret bird. Lie still, I said, for wind swing closes, and my leaves muff the keen sun's dart. Lie still, for wind on the warmer seas dozes, and the wind is unquieter yet than thou art. There's a thought in thee still, as a fawn once smart, as a thing still fret we of hope deferred. What bids the lips of a sleep depart? Only the song of a secret bird. A Greenland's name where the charm closes, it never was written in a traveller's chart, and sweet on its trees as the fruit it grows is, it never was sold in the merchant's mart. The swallows of dreams through its dim fields dart, and sleep's ever tunes in its treetops heart. No hound's note wakens the wildwood heart, only the song of a secret bird. In the world of dreams I have chosen my part, to sleep for a season and hear no word of true love's truth, of light love's art, only the song of a secret bird. A Child's Future by Algernon Swinburne. What will it please you, my darling, hereafter to be? Fame upon land will you look for, or glory by sea? Gallant life will be always and all of it free. Free as a wind when the heart of a twilight is stirred eastward, and sounds from the springs of a sunrise are heard. Free, and we know not another as infinite word. Darkness or twilight or sunlight may compass us around. Hate may arise up against us, or hope may confound. Love may forsake us, yet may not the spirit be bound. Free in oppression of grief as an hour of joy, still may the soul be, and each to his strength as a toy. Free in the glance of a man as a smile of a boy. Freedom alone is the sword and the spirit that gives life. Without her is nothing that verily lives. Death cannot slay her, she laughs upon death and forgives. Brightest and hardiest of roses near and afar, glitters the blithe little face of you, round as a star. Liberty bless you and keep you to be as you are. England and liberty bless you and keep you to be worthy of the name of a child and the sight of a sea. Fear not at all, for slave, if he fears not, is free. A Child's Laughter by Algernon Swinburne. All the bells of heaven may ring, all the birds of heaven may sing, all the wells on earth may spring, all the winds on earth may bring, all sweet sounds together, sweeter far than all things heard, hand of harp, tongue of bird, sound of woods at sundown stirred, welling waters, winsome word, wind and warm weather. One thing yet there is, that none hearing its chim be done, knows not well the sweetest one, heard of man, band of the sun, hopped in heaven hereafter. Soft and strong and loud and light, the very sound of very light, heard from morning's rosiest height, when the soul of all delight fills the child's clear laughter. Golden bells of welcome rolled, never formed such notes, not heard o'er so blithe and hands so bold, as a radiant mouth of gold, here that rings forth heaven. And the golden crescent wren, where a nightingale, why when something seen and heard of man, might be half as sweet as when, laughs a child of 7. Child's Thanks by Algernon Swinburne. How low soever man ring us, how high soever we win, our children far above us dwell, and we deign to laugh us with lovelier laugh than ours, and smiles more sweet than flowers, as though the sun should thank us for letting light come in. With too divine complaisance, whose grace misleads them thus, being gods and heavenly blindness, we call or worship kindness. Our people give the gem, the fingers good to them, whose glance, whose breath, whose presence are gifts too good for us. The poet high and hoary, of mirth the mountains bind, felt his great heart more often yearn, and its proud strength soften from stern to tender mood. And vow of gratitude shown when of song or story he heard of hearts unkind. But with what words foretoken, and what adoring tears of reverence rise into passion, in what glad prostrate fashion of spirit and soul subdued, may man show gratitude for things of children spoken with hoover in his ears. The angels laugh, your brother's child, hearing you thank me, with eyes whence night grows sunny, and touch of lips like honey. And words like honey dew, but how shall I thank you? For gifts above all others, what guardian gift may be? What a wealth of words caressing, what choice of songs found best, what seemed not as their vision, found way beside the vision, and glory from above shone in a child's heart's laugh. His part in life is blessing, ours only to be blessed. A Choice by Algernon Swinburne. Fate is a spell that makes man's body and blood sacred, to crown when life and death have cheesed his heavenward head for high fame's holy feast. But as one sword stroke swift as wizard rod made Caesar Cairn and made Brutus God, fate false or true, born patriot or born priest, smites into semblance or of man or beast, the soul that feeds on clean or unclean food. Lo here the fate that lives on its own light, visible music, and lo there the fool shape without shape, a harp throat and howl, sword of spirit of man, rise and smite, and shear through throat and claw and maw and tongue, kill the beast's fate that lives on its own dung. A Dialogue by Algernon Swinburne. Death, if thou wilt fain would I plead with thee, canst thou not spare of all our hopes have bared, one shadow of our spirits fain would be, death, if thou wilt. Now doomed with suns and dews and pearl and gilt, Imperial, but some roof of wildwood tree, to mean for sceptres heft or swords blades hilt. Some, low sweet roof, where love might live, set free from change and fear and dreams of grief beguiled. Canst thou not leave life even thus much to see, death, if thou wilt? Man, what art thou to speak and plan with me? What knowest thou of my workings, where and how, what things I fashion? Now behold and see, man, what art thou? Thy fruits of life and blossoms of thy bow, what are they but my seedlings? Earth and sea be naught, but when I breathe on, it must bow. Bow, woe, too down before me. Woe be great, and all the pride shall fade from off thy brow, when time and strong oblivion ask of thee, man, what art thou? Death, if thou be or be not, as was said, immortal, if thou make us naught, or we survive, thy power is made but of our dread, death, if thou be. Thy might is made out of our fear of thee, who fearst we not, half plucked from off thine head the crown of cloud that darkens earth and sea. Earth, sea, and skies rain as vapour shed shall vanish, all the shows of them shall flee. When shall we know full surely, quick or dead, death, if thou be? A Last Look by Algernon Swinburne. Sick of self-love, Malvolio like an owl that hoots the sun, re-risen where starlight sink. With German garters crossed at war by Frank, stout Scotch legs, men watched we snarl and scowl, and boys responsive with reverberate howl shrilled, hearing how to revive the springtime stink, and as thine own soul all the world's mad rank, and as thine own thoughts liberty seemed fool. Now for all ill thoughts nursed and ill words given, not all condemned, not utterly forgiven, son of a storm and darkness, pass in peace. Peace upon earth, for knewest not, now being dead, resteth with no curse, no blessing on thine head, where high-strung hate and strenuous envy cheese. A Match by Algernon Swinburne. If love were what the rose is, and I were like the leaf, our lives would grow together in sadder singing weather, blown fields or flowerful closes, green pleasure or grey grief. If love were what the rose is, and I were like the leaf. If I were what the words are, and love were like the tune, with double sound and single delight, our lips would mingle, with kisses glad as birds are, that get sweet rain at noon. If I were what the words are, and love were like the tune. If you were life, my darling, and I your love were death, we'd shine and snow together, a march made sweet together, with the follies and sterling, and hours of fruitful breath. If you were life, my darling, and I your love were death. If you were frail to sorrow, and I were page to joy, we'd play for lives and seasons, with loving looks and treasons, and tears of night and morrow, and loves of maid and boy. If you were frail to sorrow, and I were page to joy. If you were April's lady, and I were lord in May, we'd throw with leaves for hours, and draw for days with flowers, till day like night was shady, and night were bright like day. If you were April's lady, and I were lord in May. If you were queen of pleasure, and I were king of pain, we'd hunt down love together, pluck out its flying feather, and teach his feet a measure, and find his mouth a rein. If you were queen of pleasure, and I were king of pain. A New Century by Algernon Swinburne. An age too great for thought of ours to scan, a wave upon the sleepless sea of time, that sinks and sleeps forever, and the chim past that salutes the blessing, not of Ben, the dark year dead, the bright year born for man, dies. All its days would watch men cower and climb, frail as the foam and as the sun sublime, sleep sound as wayward slept ere these began. Our mother earth, whose ages none may tell, puts on no change. Time bids not her wax pale or kindle, quenched or quickened, and the knell sounds and we cry across the veering gale farewell, and the midnight answers us farewell. Hail, and the heaven of morning answers hail. A New Year's Eve by Algernon Charles Swinburne. The stars are strong in the deeps of a lustrous night, cold and splendid as death if his dawn be bright, cold as a cast of garment, as cold as clay, splendid and strong as a spirit intense as light. A psalm was sweet in the morning of newborn May, as passed of the year that is passing the world away. A song more sweet in the morning's firstborn song, again with him not among us a New Year's Day. Not here shall the carol of joy grown strong ring rapture now and uplift us, a spell-struck throng, from dream to vision of life that the soul may see by death's grace only, if death do its trust no more. Scarce yet the days and the starry nights are free, since here among us a spirit abode as we, girt round with life that is fettered in bones of time, and clasped with darkness about, as is earth with sea. And now more high than the vision of souls may climb, the soul's song was the music of stars that chime, clothed round with life as of dawn and the mounting sun, sings, and we know not here of the song sublime. No word is ours of it now that the songs are done, whence here we drank of delight as in freedom won, in deep deliverance given for the bonds we bore. There is none to sing as we sang upon earth, not a one. We heard a while, and for us who shall hear no more the sound as a phrase of light on the starry shore, a while but bright and yearn as a father's face, the face of death, divinest in days of yore. The grey gloom quickened and quivered, the sunless place thrilled, and the silence deeper than time or space seemed now not all everlasting. Hope grew strong, and love took comfort, given of the sweet song's grace. Love that finds not on earth, that finds but wrong. Love that bears not the bondage of years and throng, shunned to show for her, higher than the years that mar, the life she looked and longed for as love must long. Who knows? We know not. Afar if the dead be far, alive if the dead be alive, as the soul's works are. The soul's breath was among us, a heavenward song sings, laughs and shines, as it shines for us here a star. A New Year's Message by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Out of the dawning heavens, that here young wings and feet of a new year move through by twilight and shed round soft showers of sound, soothing the season with sweet rain, with greeting come to make me fain. What is it I can send again? I know not if the year shall send tidings to usward as a friend, and salutation and such things. Bear on its wings as the soul turns and frisks unto, with hungering eyes and lips that sue for the sweet food which makes all new. I know not if his light shall be darkness, or else light the real. I know not but when it will not part heart's fate from heart, truth from the trust in truth, nor hope from sight of days unscathed that ope beyond one poor year's horoscope. But fate and love, which love self gives, O master of my spirit, lives, having in presence unremoved thine head beloved, the shadow of thee, the semitone of thy voice heard at heart and known, the light of thee not sent nor flown. Seas, lands, and hours, can these divide, love from love's service, sight from sight? Though no sound pass, no breath be heard of one good word, to send back words of trust to we, word to sing, wings to love, when he with his own strong wings covers me. Who shall teach singing to the spheres, or motion to the flight of years? Let soul with soul keep hand in hand and understand, as in one same abiding place we keep one watch for one same face, which rise in some short sacred space. And all space midway is but naught, to keep true heart for faithful thought, as under twilight stars we wait by time's shut gate, till the slow soundless hinges turn, and through the depth of years that earn the face of the Republic burn. The 9th Birthday by Algernon Charles Swinburne. 3 times thrice up winter's rough white wing, crossed and curdled wells and streams with ice, since his birth whose praises love would sing 3 times thrice. Earth no sea bears flower, no pearl of price, fit to crown the forehead of my king. Honey meet to please him, balm nor spice. Love can think of naught but love to bring fit to serve, or do him sacrifice. His eyes have looked upon the spring 3 times thrice. 3 times thrice the world has fallen on slumber, shun and won and withered in a frize. Frost has fettered femmes and turned in Humber 3 times thrice. Frogs have swollen too thick for steel to slice, cloud and mud have solid with crim and umber, earth and heaven defaced the souls with vice. Winds have risen to a wreck, snows fallen to cumber, ships and chariots trapped like rats or mice, since my king first smiled, with years no number 3 times thrice. 3 times thrice in wine of song full flowing, pledge my heart the child whose eyes suffice, once beheld to set the joy bells going 3 times thrice. Not the lands of palm and date and rice glow more bright when summer leaves them glowing, love more light when suns and winds entice. Noon and eve and midnight and crowing, child whose love makes life as paradise, love should sound your praise with clarions blowing 3 times thrice. A Singing Lesson by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Far-fetched and dear-bought, as the proverb rehearses, is good, or is held so for ladies, but naught in a song can be good if the turn of the verse is far-fetched and dear-bought. As the turn of the wave should it sound, and the faltering smooth, and as light as the spray that disperses be the gleam of words, of agape of wrought. Let the soul in it shine through the sound as it purses men's hearts with possession of music unsought, for the bounties of song are not jealous God's mercies, far-fetched and dear-bought. A Solitude by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Sea beyond sea, sand after sweep of sand, here ivory smooth, here clone and rig the flow of channeled waters soft as rain or snow, stretch their lone length at east beneath a bland, grey gleam of skies, whose smile on wave and strand shines warrior like a man's, who smiles to know that no dream can mock his fate with show, nor cloud for him seem living sea or land. Is there an end of all this waste, these crumbling cliffs defeatured and defaced? These ruinous heights of sea-set walls that slide seaward with all the banks oblique-blown flowers, gladiator of life, ere yet their hopes subside beneath a coil of dull dense waves and hours. A Study from Memory by Algernon Charles Swinburne. If that be yet a living soul, which here seem brighter for the growth of numbered springs, and clothed by time and pain with goodlier things, each year it saw fulfilled a fresh fleet year, death can have changed not aught that made it dear. Half-humorous goodness, grave-eyed mirth on wings, bright balanced, blither-voiced and quirring strings. Most radiant patience, crowned with conquering cheer, a spirit inviolable that smiled and sang by might of nature and heroic need, more sweet and strong than loftiest dream or deed. A song that shone, a light whence music rang, high as the sunniest heights of kindled thought. All these must be, all she was be known. A Year After by Algernon Charles Swinburne. With blood drops yet in this that was the face, O woe, whose soul was full of devil's fate, even their flesh the warm spite slickeneth, and some acute red paws of iron days. Arise now, gird we, get we on thy ways, breathe of a warm but cross and fierce not breath. King, it may be thou shalt prevail on death, King, it may be thy soul shall find out grace. O spirit that hast eased the place of Cain, weep now and howl, ye weep no sore, for this that was thy kingdom hath sped out its king. Wilt thou plead now with God? Behold again, a prayer for thy son's sake is turned to a hiss, the mouth to a snake's, the slime what lives the sting. After Death by Algernon Charles Swinburne. The four boards of a coffin lid heard all the dead man did. The first curse was in his mouth, made of grey smoke and deadly draught. The next curse was in his head, made of God's work discomfited. The next curse was in its hand, made out of 2 grave bands. The next curse was in his feet, made out of a grave sheet. I had fair coins red and white, and my name was a great light. I had fair clothes green and red, and strong gold bound round my head. But no meat comes in my mouth, nor a fair as the warm dove. And no gold binds in my hair, nor a fair as the blind fair. My life views were of great strength, now am I waxen it spans a length. My life's heights were full of lust, now they dry with dust. First broad spake and said, it is best eating flesh or bread. The second answered it, is wine or honey the more sweet. The third broad spake and said, is red gold worth a girl's gold head? The fourth made answer thus, all these things are as one with us. But that man asked of them, is the Greenland stained brown with flame? Have I hewn my son for beasts to eat, and a wife's body for beasts' meat? Have I boiled my maid in a breastpan, and built a gallows to hang my man? Broad said to him, this is a lewd thing that ye deem. Your wife has gotten a golden bed, all the sheets are sewn with red. Your son has gotten a coat of silk, the sleeves are soft as curdled milk. Your maid has gotten a kirtle new, all the skirt has braids of blue. Your man has gotten both ring and glove, wrought well for eyes to love. The dead man answered thus, what good gift shall God give us? The broad answered him anon, flesh to feed held warm upon. After 9 Years by Algernon Charles Swinburne. The shadows fallen of years are 9, since heaven grew 7 times more divine, with a soul entering, and the dearth of souls on earth grew 7-fold sadder, waiting one whose light of life, quenched here and done, burns where eternal as the sun. Beyond all word, beyond all deed, beyond all thought beloved, what need has there for love its speech should be, hast thou of me? Had no prayer, no cry, to praise so hail or mourn thee by, as when thou too wast man as I. and never nor has any born, save one whose name prides turned to scorn. Or haply, or he know not now, was man as woe, a wonder brand of man's blame, loved past man's utterance, yet the same perchance, and as his name by name. Or waste as very Christ not he, degraded into deity, and Christ polluted by such prayer as poisons airy, ton worship of a hundred slays, false faith and parricidal praise, with a man crowned of suffering days. God only, being of all mankind, most manlike, of most equal mind, at heart most perfect, more than can be heart of man, once in 10 ages born to be, as haply Christ was, and as we knew surely, seeing and worshipped we. To know we wis at least was ours, God clothed upon of human hours, our face beloved, our spirit adored, Saviour and Lord. It was not only for thine own, Redeemer not of we's alone, but all to whom the word was unknown. 10 years have drawn the will with me, since last my words took wing for thee, when wast even as no above me and my love. And when thou knewest not scorn, so know the that beloved nenning brew, the griefs of him whose light was woe. After Sunset by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Straight from the sun's grave in the deep clear west, a sweet strong wind blows, glad of life, nigh under the soft keen star down whence the sky takes life renewed, and all night's Klondike breast palpitates gradually wheeled at rest. The grove and chance of the dawn is felt on high, make onward to the last fame fall and die, on a world by night's broad hand lay blessed. Hardly meseems as from that edge of death, whereon the daylight's dark, a brightening breath blows more of benediction than the morn, so from the grace to one grief gazing safe, that half or heart of life there lies forlorn, the lighter breath that leaves of hope be born. The wind was soft before the sunset fleet, while the cloud enshrouded corpse of day is lowered along a red funeral way, down to the dark that knows not white from red. A clear sheer breeze against the night makes head, serene, but sure of life as ray springs, of the dusk of dawn knows red from grey, being as the silvered knows not quick from dead. From far beyond the sunset, far above, full toward the starry soundless east it blows, bright as a child's breath breathing on a rose, smooth to the sense as plum of any dove. Till more and more as darkness grows and glows, silence and night seem like as life and love. If light of life outlive the set of sun, but men call death and the end of all things, then how should not that which life had best for man and proved most precious, though it seemed undone by force of death and woeful victory won, be first and surest of revival, when death shall bow down to life arisen again? So should the soul seen by the self-same one that looked and spake with even such lips and eyes as love should doubt not when to recognize, and all bright thoughts and smiles of all time past revived, transfigured but in spirit and sense, another when we knew the evidence that love's last mortal world was not his last. An old saying by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. Who should snare or slay the white dove, Fate, whose very dreams crown it, girded round with grace and peace, deep, warm and pure, and soft as sweet sleep? Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. How should we behold the days depart, and the nights resign their charm? Love is all the soul, for hate and fear waste and overthrow, we strike not here. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. April by Algernon Charles Swinburne. And the fields catch flower, and the underworld is green, and from bower unto bower the songs of the birds begin. I sing with sighing between. When I laugh and sing, I am heavy at heart for my sin. I am sad in the spring for my love that I shall not win, for a foolish thing. This profit I have of my woe, that I know, as I sing I know he will needs have it so, who is master and king, who is lord of the spirit of spring. I will serve her and will not spare, till I awake, who is good, who is pure, who is fair, even her for whose sake love hath ta'en me and slain unaware. O my Lord, O love, I have laid my life at thy feet, have I will thereof, do as it please thee with it, for which shall please thee as sweet. I am come unto thee to do thy service, O love, yet cannot I see thou wilt take any pity of, any mercy of me. And the grace I have long time sought comes never in sight. When her it ebbet have not, for the mercy and might, whose heart is the world's delight. Thou hast sworn without fail I shall die. For my heart is set on what hurts me, I would not buy, but cannot forget. What I love, what I sing for and sigh, she's worthy of praise. For this grief of forgiving is worth all the joy of my days that lie between death's day and birth, all the lordship of things upon earth. Nay, what have I said? I would not be glad if I could my dream and dread of her, and for her sake I would with my life have fled. Lo, sweet, if I durst not pray to you, when were I dead, if I sang not a little to say to you, could it be said, O my love, for my heart would be fed. Ah, sweet, thou hast hold of my heart, for my love's sake I live. Do but tell me, ere I depart, what a lover may give for woman's affairs thou art. where lovers with disbelief false rumour shall grieve, and evil speaking shall part. At the dog's grave, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Good night, we say when comes the time to win, the daily death divine it shuts up sight. Sleep, the sure's for all who dwell therein, good night. The shadows shed round woes, where love shines bright, as love's on face when death sleeps gentler twin, from whom divides us even as night from light. Shall friends born lower in life, though pure of sin, though clothed with love and fate, to us what plight, perish and pass unbidden of us, their kin, good night? To die a dog's death once was held for shame, and all men so beloved and mourned shall lie as many of we's, whose time untimely came to die. His years were full, his years were joyous, why must love be sore when his gracious name recalls his lovely light of limb and eye? A thought of blameless life on earth may claim life higher than death, or death's dark weight rise high. Such life as this among us never came to die. White violets, with their hands more sweet when they planted, shall sweeten April's flowerful day. What grave it shows to night and day, white violets wear. And child's light hands, whose touch makes flowers more fair, keep fair as these for many a March and May, the light of days that are because we were. It shall not like a blossom pass away. It broods and brightens with the days that be, fresh fruits of love, but leave as love might pray, white violets wear. At Sea, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Farewell and adieu was burden prevailing, long since in the chant of a home-faring crew, and the heart in us echoes with laughing or wailing farewell and adieu. Each year that you live shall we sing it anew, the water and travel before us for sailing, and the water behind us that wrecks may be strew. The stars of the past, the beacons are pouring, the heavens and the waters are hurrying of hue. But the heart in us chants not in all unavailing farewell and adieu. Before sunset, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Love's twilight wanes in heaven above, on earth a twilight reigns. A few may feel the chill whereof love's twilight wanes. And yet the insatiate heart complains too much, and scarce enough the lips so late of first refrains. Soft on the neck of either dove love's hand let slip the reins, and while we look for light of love, love's twilight wanes. Birth and Death, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Birth and death, twin sister and twin brother, night and day on all things that draw breath, reign, while time keeps friend with one another, birth and death. Each brow bone with the flows diverse of wrath, heaven the hairless father of his mother, faithful fond to both them and benefit. Smiles may lighten tears, and tears may smother smiles, for all that joy or sorrow save, joy nor sorrow knows not from each other birth and death. By Twilight, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. If a dream that desire of a distance above should be fettered by fear of a shadows would seem, if awake to be naught, but to hate or to laugh as if a dream, night sinks on the soul and the stars as they gleam, speak menace or mourning with tongues to reprove us, yet redeemed of them better than terror may deem. But if hope may not lure us, if fear may not move us, thought lightens the darkness wherein the supreme pure presence of death shall assure us, and prove us if we dream. Dead Love, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Dead love, by treason slain lies stark, white as a dead, stark-stricken dove. None that passed by him paused to mark dead love. His heart that stained and yearned and strove, as toward the sundown strives the lark, as cowed as all the old joy whereof. Dead men re-risen from dust, my heart when rings the trumpet blown above, I will not raise from out the dark, dead love. Death and Birth, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Death and birth should dwell not near together, wealth keeps house not even for shame with dearth. Fate doth ill to link in one brief feather, death and birth. Harsh yoke what binds them, strange the girth, scenes that girds them each with each, and whether death be best, who knows, or life on earth? Ill the rosebud and the sable feather blend in one crown's plum, as grief with mirth, and met still a warm and wintry weather, death and birth. East to West, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Sunset smiles on sunrise, east and west are one, face to face in heaven before the sovereign sun. On the springs of the dawn everlasting, a glory renews and transfigures the west. On the depths of the sunset a light of the morning enkindles the broad sea's breast. And the lands and the skies and the waters are glad of the day's and the night's work done. Child of dawn and regent of a world-wide sea, England smiles in Europe fair as dawn and free. The waters that gird her are pure, nor mightier the winds where the waters know. But America, daughter and sister of England, is praised from far as they flow. Atlantic responds to Pacific praise of the days that have been and shall be. So from England westward let the watchword fly, so from England eastward let the seas reply. Praise, honour, and love everlasting be sent on the wind's wings. Westward and east, with the pride of a past and the pride of a future may mingle as friends at feast, and the sons of the lords of the worldwide seas be one till the world's life die. Eros by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Eros from western isles far famed, with rising Anthesterion rose, and all Hellenic heights acclaimed. Eros. The sea one pearl, the shore one rose, all round him all the flower-mount flamed, and lighted, laughing off repose. Earth's heart, sublime and unashamed, knew, even perchance a man's heart knows, the first of all man's nature named Eros. Eos, a fire of heart untamed, a light of spirit and sense that glows, flamed heavenward, stiller earth the famed earth. Nor fear nor shame durst curb or close his golden godhead, marred and maimed, fast round with bonds that burned and froze. A evil faith struck blind and lame love, pure as fire or flowers or snows. Earth hailed as blameless and unblamed Eros. Eros, with shafts by thousands aimed at laughing lovers round and rose, faded from their sight, whose tongues proclaimed Eros. But higher than transient shapes so shows the light of love and life inflamed springs toward no goal that these disclose. Above those heavens, which passion claimed shines, veiled by chance that ebbs and flows, the soul in all things born of framed Eros. First and last, by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Upon the borderland of being, where life draws hardly breath, between the lights and shadows fleeing, fast as word once saith, to flowers rejoice our eyesight, seeing the dawns of birth and death. Behind the baby's dawn is lying, half risen with notes of mirth, from all the winds about it flying, through newborn heaven and earth. Before bright eyes as day for dying dawns equal-eyed with birth. Equal with dews of even and dawn, equal with suns I seen, and hands bare with risen and half withdrawn, but no bright hour between brings aught, so bring a stream or lawn to noonday groves of green. Which flower of life may smell the sweeter to love's insensual sense, which fragrance move with offering meet, his sooth of omnipotence, being chosen as fair or as fleeter, born hither or born hence. Love's fallen omniscience knows not, this were more than all he knows. For all is law and bale and bliss, the choice of rose and rose, one red as lips would touch with his, one white as moonlit snows. No hope is half so sweet and good, no dream of saint or sage, so fair as these are. No dark mood, but these might best search, with sweet red rose of babyhood, with white red rose of age. First Footsteps by Algernon Charles Swinburne. A little way, more soft and sweet, on fields a flower of May, lips feet venturing, scare complete a little way. Eyes full of dawning day, look up to mother's eyes to meet, to blith for song to say. Glad is the golden spring to greet, its first lively fleets play. Laugh, laughing, leads the little feet a little way. Hope and Fear by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Beneath the shadow of dawn's aerial cope, with eyes enkindled as the sun's own sphere, half from the front of youth and godlike cheer, looks Godward, past the shades the blind men grope, round the dark door that prayers nor dreams can ope, and makes the joy of the very darkness dear, that gives her white wings play. And dreams that fear at noon may rise and pierce the heart of hope. When the soul leaves off to dream and yearn, may truth first perch her eyesight to discern, but once being known leaves time no power to appear. Till youth at last, and yet youth be none, then the kind wise word that falls from years that fall, how for not much and fear one not at all. In Harbour by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Good night and goodbye to the life whose signs denote us as mourners cloud with regret for the life gone by. To waters gloom whence winds of the dayspring float us good night and goodbye. At times for mourning, a season for grief to sigh, but were we not fools and blind by day to the boat as thralls to the darkness unseen of a sundown's eye? We've drunken of the leaf at length, we've eaten of lotus. What hurts it us here that sorrows are born and die? We've sated the dream that cares and relief that smote us, good night and goodbye. Outside of the port here mooring, and lying close on the wind and at ease from the tide, what sounds come swelling, what notes fall dying outside. We will not cease, we will not abide. Voices of presage and darkness crying, pass and return and relapse aside. Ye see not, but hear ye not wild wings flying, to the future that wakes from the past that died. Is grief still sleeping, is joy not sighing outside? In Time of Mourning by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Return, we dare not as we fain, but cry from hearts that yearn. Love dares not bid or dead again return. Our hearts that strain and burn, as fires fast fettered burn and strain, bow down, lie still and learn. The heart that healed all hearts of pain, no funeral rites inure, its echoes, while the stars remain, return. Life and Death by Algernon Charles Swinburne. We should have followed who goes forth before us, last born of us and life, and death first born, the last to lift up eyes against the morn, the first to see the sunset. Life that bore us perchance for death to comfort and restore us, of him have lived us here well forlorn. For him is as a garment overworn, and time and change with suns and stars and chorus silent. But if, beyond all change or time, a law more just, more equal, more sublime, and sways with surge of life's Lord's they will see, sways that still world whose peace environs him, when death lies dead as night, when stars vex him, or both will fold or hope of ours is he. Love and Sleep by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Lying asleep between the strokes of night, I saw my love lean over my sad bed. Pale as the duskiest lily's leaf or head, smooth-skinned and dark, with bare throat made to bite, too wan for blushing and too warm for white, but perfect coloured without white or red. And her lips openly or amorously, and said, I wist not what, saving one word delight. And all her face was honey to my mouth, and all her body pasture to mine eyes. The long-lived arms and hotter hands than fire, the quivering flanks, yet smelling of his south, the bright light feet with splendid subtle vice, and glittering eyelids of my soul's desire. Love and Sea by Algernon Charles Swinburne. We are in love's land today, where shall we go? Love, shall we start or stay or sail or row? There's many wind and way, and never a May but May. We are in love's hand today, where shall we go? Our land wind is a breath of sorrows kissed to death, and joys that were. Our ballast is a rose. Our way lies where God knows and love knows where. We are in love's hand today. Our seamen are fledged loves, our masts are bills of dough, our decks fine gold. Our ropes are dead maids' hair, our stores are loft shafts fair, and manifold we are in love's land today. Where shall we land you, sweet? On fields of strange men's feet, or fields near home, or where the fire flowers blow, or where the flows of snow, or flows of foam? We are in love's hand today. Land me, she says, where love shows but one shaft, one dove, one heart, one hand. A shore like wet, my dear, lies where no man will steer, no maiden land. Love in a Mist by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Lie love in a mist, by the midsummer moon misguided, scarce seen when twilight garden of gloom insist, seems vainly to seek for a star whose gleam has derided, let love in a mist. All day in the sun when breezes do all the list, his soft blue raiment of cloud like blossom abided, unrent and unrivered of winds and of rays that kissed. Live-hearted are sad as the cloud of a sun subside. Love smiled in the flow of her meaning whereof none wist, save two that beheld, as a gleam that before them glided, lay love in a mist. Love lies bleeding by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Love lies bleeding in the bed whereover roses lean with smiling mouths so pleading. Earth lies laughing at the sun's dead clover, love lies bleeding. Stately shine his purple plums, exceeding pride of princes, nor shall mate or lover find on earth a fairer sign worth heeding. Yet may love, so wounded, scarce recover strength and spirit again, with life receding. Hope and joy wind-winged above from Hoover, love lies bleeding. Mourning by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Alas, my brother, the cry of the mourners of old that cried on each other, all cried aloud of the dead as the death note rolled, alas, my brother. As flashes of dawn and mists from an east wind's mover will fold upon fold, the past is gleamed linked as one with another. Time sunders hearts as of brethren whose eyes beheld no more their mother, but a cry sounds yet from the shrine whose fires wax cold. Alas, my brother. Music by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Was the light that spake from the darkness, or music that shone from the word, when the night was enkindled with sound of the son of a firstborn bird? Souls enthralled and trembled in bondage of seasons that fall and rise, bound fast joined with fetters of flesh, and blind with light that dies, lived not surely till music spake, and the spirit of life was heard. Music, sister of sunrise and herald of life to be, smiled as dawn on the spirit of man, and the thrall was free. Slave of nature and serf of time, the bondman of life and death, dumb with passionless patience that breathed but forlorn, and reluctant breath. He had beheld, and his soul made answer, and communed aloud with the sea. Morning spake, and he heard, and the passionate silent noon kept for him no silence, and soft from the mounting moon fell the sound of a splendour, hard as dawn's in a breathless night. Not of man, but of birds whose note bade man so quicking a leap to light. And the song of it spake, and the light in the darkness of earth were as chords and tune. New Year's Day by Algernon Charles Swinburne. New Year, be good to England, with her name shine sunlike as of old on all the sea. Make strong her soul, set all her spirit free. and faster homeward foes with links of shame, more strong than iron and more keen than flame, seal up their lips for shame's sake. So should she who was for light with light and freedom be, for all for its tons and all men's eyes the same. O last born child of time, Earth's eldest lord, God undiscrowned of Godhead, who for man begets all good and evil things that live, do will, his new begotten Son, implored of hearts that hope and fear not, make thy span bright with such light as history bids thee give. Night, by Algernon Swinburne. Night, whom in shapes so sweet who here mayst see sleeping, was by an angel sculptured thus in marble, and since she sleeps half life like us, the dopes, awake her she will speak to we. Sleep likes me well, and better yet to know I am but stone, with shame and grief must be, good Harbour's mind to feel not to see. Take heed, when lest to awake me, speak low. Northumberland, by Algernon Swinburne. Between our eastward and our westward sea, the narrowing strand clasped close the noble shore fame holds in fee. Even here the English birth seals all men free, Northumberland. The sea mists meet across it when the snow cloths moo and fell, and bid their true-born hearts a laughed glow, for joy that none less noble-born may know what love knows well. The splendour and the strength of storm and fight sustain the song that filled our fathers' hearts with joy to smite, to live, to laugh, to lay down life at right, might treat down wrong. They roared, they sang, they triumphed, and they passed, and left us glad here to be born, the sons whose hearts hold fast the proud old love not change can overcast, nor change leave sad. None save our Northmen ever, none but we, met pledged or fought. Such foes and friends as Scotland and the sea, with hearts so high and equal, strong in glee and stern and fought. Fight from time small as springs of pride, made strong as fire. The heart so hurt the foe down flood in sight, and here so rode with waves, none else durst ride, none save a sire. O land beloved, where not of legends dream outshines for truth, the joyous God, closed round with clouds that gleam for them that know we not, can scarce but seem too sweet forsooth. Where sons forget not, nor shall fame forget, the deed they done, before walls as fable fames yet, a light as sweet and strong to rise and set with moon and sun. Song bright as flash of swords, or oars that shine through fight or foam, stirs yet the blood thou hast given thy sons like wine, to hail in each bright ballad hailed as wine, one heart, one home. Our calling would one else be not ours, by him shall stand, immortal, till those waves of old were ours, forgotten leave uncrowned with bays and flowers, Northumberland. Reverse, by Algernon Swinburne. The wave it breaks against the forward stroke, it's not the swimmer back, but thrills him through with joyous trust to win his way anew, through stronger seas and first upon him broke contrived. England's iron-tempered oak shrank not on Europe's might against the crew full, and his sun drank up a foes like dew, and lion-like from sleep his strength awoke. His bold in fight, his bold in breath of trust, we find our foes and wonder not to find, nor grudge them praise whom honour may not bind. But laughing more intense than speaks disgust, heaves England's heart, and scorn is bound to greet hunters and hounds whose tongues would lick their feet. Sleep, by Algernon Swinburne. Sleep, when the soul with her arm clouds clover, wails that sorrow should always keep watch, nor seen in the gloom above her sleep. Down through darkness naked and steep, sinks in the gifts of his grace recovers, soon with several woe he won't be deep. God beloved of us, all men's lover, almost will with smile or weep, feel thee afar or near them hover, sleep. Song Before Death, by Algernon Swinburne. Sweet mother, in a minute spendeth parts you and my love of we. Sweet love, that yet a living man, come back true love to comfort me. When I come back, I will away, my love comes not any day. As the roses in the warm west blows break to full flower and sweeten spring, my soul will break to a glorious rose in such wise as is whispering. And when I listen, will away, my love says nothing any day. You that will weep for the tie of love, on the low place where I am lain, I pray you, having wept enough, tell him for whom I bore such pain, that he was yet well away, my true love to my dying day. Stage Love, by Algernon Swinburne. When our game began between them for jest, he played king and she played queen to match the best. Love was soft as tears, and tears were turned to laughter. These were things she sought for years and sought after. Pleasure with dry lips and pain were the walks by night, all the sting and all the stain of long delight. These were things she knew not of, that knew not of her, and she played at half the love of half a lover. Time was coarse, gave him cures to laugh or cry. They would kill, befool, amuse him, let him die. Set him webs to weave today and break tomorrow, till he died for good and play and rose in sorrow. What the years mean, how time dies and is not slain, how love grows and laughs and cries and wanes again. With the things she came to know and take their measure, and the play was played out so for one man's pleasure. Sunset and Moonrise by Algernon Swinburne. All the west, on the sunset sealed the dead year's glorious grave, fast with seals of light and fire and cloud with light and fire loom, glows at heart and kindles earth and heaven with joy's blush and bloom, warm and white as life, and glad of death that only slays to save. As the tide we conquered sea rock lies aflush with the influent wave, as the light aflush with darkness, leapt the boat by lustrous gloom, even as life with death and fame with time and memory with a tomb, where dead men have, for their self-fame the serf and the time to slave. Far from earth is heaven, the steadfast light withdrawn, superb suspense burns in dumb divine expansion of illuminate flower. Moonrise widths the shadow's edges keen as noontide, hence and whence glass the presence from us passing, shines and passes not the power. Souls arise with well remembered as the spirit within the sense, all the hours swears of all the seasons, death is but his hour. The Channel Tunnel by Algernon Swinburne. Not for less love or glorious France, the wee sweet enemy called in days long since at end, now found and hailed at England's sweeter friend, bright sister of freedom though being free. Not for less love of faith and friendship, we whose love burned, ever toward we repented, a wild and greed whose purse dreams ported between our shores suppression of the sea, not by dull toil of blind mechanic art, shall we be linked, for no man's force to part, nor length of years and change to divide, but union only of trust and loving heart, and perfect faith and freedom strong to abide, in spirit as one with spirit on either side. The 1st of June by Algernon Swinburne. Peace and war won and proof of England's deathless praise. One divine day saw her foemen scattered on the sea, far and fast the storm could speed. The same strong day of days seized the imperial commonweals set friends and foemen free. Save where freedom reigns, whose name is England, front and fear grinned and blind the face of man who look on her and lie. Now may truth and pride and truth, whose seat of old was here, see them shamed and stricken blind and dumb as worms would die. Even before a hollowed hawthorn blossom pass and sheaths, even as England shines and smiles at last upon the sea. Cause the word it means for England more than passing peace, peace of honor, peace of pride and righteous work well done. Crowned with flowers of first of all the world and all the year. Peace, whose name is one with honor born of war, is here. The 14th of July by Algernon Swinburne. Thou shouldst have risen as never dawn yet rose, day of a sunrise of a soul of France, dawn of the whole world's morning, and the trance of all the world at end, and all its woes, respite prophetic of a perfect close. Light of all tribes of men, all names and clans, dawn of the whole world's morning and of man's, flower of a heart of morning's music rose, dawn of a very dawn of very day, and the sun brighter breaks night's ruinous prison, thou shouldst have risen as yet no dawn has risen. A work of him whose word puts night away, our Father as the music of whose word exile had ended and the world had heard. The Many by Algernon Swinburne. Greeny, garlanded with February's few flowers, ere March came with Mallow's rapturous rage, Peony, from whose hand the sweet white locks of age took the mild shepherd woven of honored hours, Nish, laughing heart, lodge flashed from lyric bowers, and Lily a goldfinch in a twisted cage, fed by some gay great lady's pettish page, till short sweet songs gush clear like short spring showers. Kid whose grim sports still gambolas over graves, and Cheadle whose fresh funeral verse sweeps merry yet on Robin's wildwood hearse. Light boat of song one soft breath saves, sired from a maiden's most for verse. Life likewise yet, time takes not you for slaves. They recall by Algernon Swinburne. Return, they cry, I yet your day set and the sky grows stern. Return, straight souls, while yet ye may return. But heavens beyond us yearn, your heights of heaven above the sway of stars that eyes discern. The soulless wings from shoreward stray makes toward a viewless bourne, for trustless fate and unfate say, return. The Salt of the Earth by Algernon Swinburne. If childhood were not in the world, but only man and woman grown, no baby's blossoms blown. For man was stronger, woman fair, near all delights in reach, and verse and music uttered rare, tons of more godlike speech. Of the utmost life of life's best hours found, as it cannot now find to words, what desert sands with sweetest flowers and flowers could sing like birds. The children never heard them, never they felt a child's foot leap and run, with word drearier still than never yet looked upon the sun. The Turning of a Tide by Algernon Swinburne. Storm, strong with all the bitter heart of hate, Smote England, now 19 dark years ago, as on the tides full rough and seaward flow smites and tears back the swimmer. Fraud and fate were leagued against her. Fear was fain to prate of honor and dishonor. Pride brought low and humbleness, whence holiness must grow, and greatness born of shame to be so great. Winter day with hope and pride shines now triumphal on the turning tide, that sets once more a trust in freedom free, but leaves the ruthless and the truthless foe, and all base hopes that hailed his cause laid low, and England's name alight on land and sea. The Way of the Wind by Algernon Swinburne. Winds weigh in the deep sky's hollow, none may measure as none can say, of a heart in the shows for swallows the winds weigh. Help not fear can avail to stay waves that whiten and wrecks that wallow, times and seasons that wane and slay. Life and love tell the strong night swallow, thought and hope and red last ray, so the waters of years that follow the wind's way. The Winds by Algernon Swinburne. Away far the east wind, and very far the west, and gin I will that the one ways wide, I would wheel where I rest. Away far the northland, and very far the south, the sea went o'er my good lord's head, wherever he kissed my mouth. Very far the windward rocks, and very far the lee, they might have sunken 70 ships, and let my love's gang free. Very far ye mariners are, and very far the sea, that might have taken 100 men, and let me I love be. Time and Life by Algernon Swinburne. Time, by name is sorrow, says the stricken heart of life, let waste of wasting flame ever change of things and thoughts will quicken. Time by name. Gird the boat of shadow, blind and lame, ghosts of things that smite and thoughts that sicken, hunt and haunt we down to death and shame. Eyes of ours whose paces halt to quicken, red and blooded lines of loss and blame, with her cloud and darkness around us thicken. Time by name. Nay, but the rest is born of me for healing, so might haply time the voice be pressed, speak as grief the last gift of my dealing, nay but rest. All the world is wearied east and west, tired with toil to watch the slow sun wheeling, 12 loud hours of life's laborious day. Eyes forspent with vigil, faint and reeling, find at last my comfort and are blessed, not with rapturous light of life revealing, nay but rest. To a Cat by Algernon Swinburne. Stately, kindly, lovely friend, condescend, here to sit by me, and turn glorious eyes that smile and burn, golden eyes love's lustrous meat, the golden page I read. All your wondrous wealth of hair, dark and fair, silken shaggy, soft and bright, as the clouds and beams of night, pace my reverent hand's caress back with friendlier gentleness. Dogs may fawn on all and some as they come, you a friend of loftier mind, answer friends alone and kind. Just your foot upon my hand softly bids it understand. Morning round the silent sweet garden seat sheds its wealth of gathering light, thrills the cradle clothes with might, changes woodland, orchard, heath, lawn and garden the banner. Fair and dim they gleamed below, now we glow deep as even your sunbright eyes, fair as even the awakening skies. Can it not or can it be, now that you give thanks to see? May not you rejoice as I, seeing the sky change to heaven revealed, and bid earth reveal the heaven it hid, all night long from stars and moon, now the sun sets all in tune? What if in you wakes with day? Who can say? All too little may we tell, friends so like each other well, what might, haply, if we might, bid us read our lives aright. Wild and woodland ways your sires flashed like fires, fair as flame and fierce and fleet, as with wings on wingless feet, shine and spring your mother, free, bright and brave as wind or sea. Free and proud and glad as way here today rests or roams with radiant child, vanquished not but reconciled, free from curb of aught above, save the lovely curb of love. Love who dreams of souls divine, fain would shine round the dawn whose light and song, when should ring our mutual wrong, speak and seal the love that law, sweet Assisi foresaw. Dreams were theirs, yet hardly may dawn a day when such friends and fellows born, seeing our earth as fair at morn, may for wiser love's sake see more of heaven's deep heart than we. Wasted Love by Algernon Swinburne. What shall be done for sorrow of love whose races run? The help is none to borrow, what shall be done? In vain his hands have spun the web or drawn the furrow, and rest the toil have won. His task is all gone for, and fruit whereof is none, and who dare say tomorrow what shall be done? What is Death by Algernon Swinburne. Looking on a page where stood graven of old in old world wood, Death, and by the grave's edge grim pale, the young man facing him, asked my well-beloved of me once what strange thing this might be, gaunt and great of limb. Death, I told him, and surprise deepening more his wildwood eyes, like some sweet fleet things whose breath speaks all spring, though naught is saith. Up he turneth his rose-bright face, glows with its 7 years' grace, asking, What is death? William Shakespeare by Algernon Charles Swinburne. Not of men's tongues and angels all in one spake, might a word be said that might speak we, streams, winds, woods, flowers, fields, mountains, yea the sea. What power is in them all to praise the sun? His praise is this, he can be praised of none. Man, woman, child, praise God for him, but he exalts not to be worshipped, but to be. He is, and being beholds his work well done. All joy, all glory, all sorrow, all strength, all mirth are his. Without him, day were night on earth. Time knows not his from time's own period. All lutes, all harps, all viols, all flutes, all lyres fall dumb before him where one strings aspires. All stars are angels, but the sun is God.